I was one of the lucky ones. You see, they picked 20 children to clean the latrines in Auschwitz. I was one of those 20. And being picked to clean the latrines was considered a really good job. I was born in Hungary in 1930. And my parents, myself, my older brother, who was 16, and my two sisters were all deported to Auschwitz with one of the first deportations after the Germans came in. Within hours, it was only my father, my brother, and me. My mother and my sister, they were sent somewhere else. And it took me a while to realize what happened to them. We passed the first selection at the train ramp. So myself, my father, and my brother, we were sent to showers, real ones, the kinds that had water. And we got striped pajamas. We were allowed to keep our shoes. We thought that was weird, but we had our shoes. But then after we came out from the showers, there was another selection. And my father and my brother, they were picked. They were sent to work somewhere else in a sub camp not far away. I was young. I was 14. I didn't get picked for work. But after a few weeks, I did. I was picked to work at the latrines. And that meant that I got a bit more food and I got to stay. It was Simchas Torah, 1944. And Mengele, he needed more kids for his work. His work was a group of us, 20 of us, every morning had to march from our barracks to the train station of Auschwitz. That's over 2 miles of a walk. And we had to go there. And then we had to carry back potatoes, lots of potatoes. And we're schlepping these potatoes in orderly lines, day in, day out. And we had to look at this man that everybody knew that he was one of the ones that was responsible for my mother and sister. They died because somebody like Mengele, and maybe he himself, picked them to go to gas chambers. On the 18th of January, I've been doing this job now for a good few months, and I'm stronger now because I'm schlepping all these potatoes and walking every single day. But on the 18th of January, I was almost 15. And everybody in the camp was talking for days now because more and more prisoners are marched out from the camp. And then on that day, that morning, we were told to take one blanket each. Not that there were more than one blanket per person. What a strange thing to say. But we were told to take one blanket and to start marching in orderly lines, 4 people in each line. And we marched and marched. No potatoes, no nothing. I'm so hungry all the time. When I was a boy, my mom used to tell us that in Eretz Israel, on the trees grew little binkalech, these like little hot buns. I don't even know if they were sweet or savory, but they grew on the trees. I'm walking. It's a full day now. And all I'm thinking about is, I'm going to find these bilkalech. I'm going to get to Eretz Israel. I'm going to pick them off the trees. Mama told me they were there. 3 days, minus 18. 3 days that I'm telling myself I am going to find bilkalech. People are falling down in the snow. They're dying. They're being shot. They're starving. I am not. I am starving, but I'm not because I'm imagining these little bilkala. And I think about my mother and I think about my sister, and I can't see my father or brother. I don't even know what happened to them. After the war, I go back to Hungary. I want to find my family. I find my brother. He made it back to Hungary as well. And he tells me that our father died the day after he was liberated. I say to my brother Shmuel, we have to get to Eretz Israel. We have to go and eat the bilkelech Mama told us about. So we make our way. And in 1949, we get to Israel. There's a war going on in Eretz Israel. Shmuel and I, we both joined the army immediately. We're old enough. We've been around. We want to serve Eretz Israel. On the first weekend that I get off from the army, just a weekend off, I take a bus to Jerusalem. Somebody tells me there's a big market, a shuk. So I go to the shuk, and in the shuk, there's this stand. And this guy is yelling, falafel, falafel, come get your falafel. Oh, soldier, come, come, have a falafel. And I tell you, it's these bilkelech. They're small, they're round, they're hot, they smell amazing. And I buy my first bilkelech, sorry, my first falafel. This is heaven. This is what has kept me through my death march. This is what has brought me here. Mama was right. Okay, they don't grow on trees. They grow in this massive pot of oil in the middle of the shuk, but it's real. Every year on the 18th of January, I go, I buy the biggest portion of falafel and eat it because I'm alive, because Am Yisrael is alive. My family has been doing the same. Everybody's been doing this. Do you know, last year, just before Dugo passed away, he had the biggest honor of not just him and his family, and also other people having falafel on the 18th of January. The whole government, the Knesset in Israel, for their lunch break, had a falafel. Dugo was right. Am Yisrael Chai.